So, just making sure my family is all safe. So, yeah,
Yep, yep.
without further ado, we can just get started.
Great.
Perfect. Okay, so my first question is how has coronavirus affected the LA County libraries? And do we
Well,
have
first of
any.
all, we
Oh, I'm sorry.
we are actually the LA City Libraries.
Oh, I
We're
apologize.
officially Los Angeles Public Library, and that's just the city libraries. There's also a Los Angeles County Library system, but
Oh,
we
well,
are separate.
my mistake. So, how
No
has it
worries.
been affecting the LA City libraries?
Well, we definitely are all closed, obviously. We closed in mid-March all of our branches and our central library. However, behind the scenes, I feel like we're as busy or busier than ever. um, we are, for the first time ever, really experimenting with virtual programming. So you'll find us on Instagram and Facebook, YouTube, a wide variety of online programming ranging from story time to craft programs, English language, conversation classes, so all kinds of things.
Wow, all right. So, do we have any unique issues facing LA City that other library systems might not be going through?
I've been in contact with my peers all across the U.S., and many of the issues are very, very similar, particularly among big cities, library systems in big cities. Um, we've got a lot of folks who uh, don't have access to the internet because they don't have Wi-Fi at home, or it's not very good, um, or they don't have devices like laptops. So that's a big issue. And we're struggling with how to address that.
So, the laptops issue. There's a lot of people without access to the internet now. Um, is what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah. Different library systems have come up with different attempts at solutions to that. We do have our Wi-Fi off right now. And that's because we feel it would be unsafe health-wise if people congregated around our libraries to use the Wi-Fi. So that was a specific public safety decision.
So that's actually what I was gonna ask next. How are libraries adapting to their actual physical locations being shut down? I know one of the big things was people commonly went in to use computers and internet and everything. I was hoping you could expand on that.
Yes, so I wish that we could loan out computers and hotspots and all the rest, but because we don't have staff in our libraries for safety reasons, we're not able to do that. And I know we're working closely with the city to come up with different kinds of solutions for that. But in the meantime, we're doing things, as I said, the online programming. We're trying to also push out a lot more resources on our website, which is lapl.org. And we're making e-cards much more widely available. Before it was limited to people in the city of LA. We've expanded that to the county of LA, and we're making a lot of our resources, as many of our resources as possible online, available without a card if possible. And we're also actually about to launch a program to bring books to shelters and possibly city daycare centers. As you know, we have many donations of books and so on in all of our libraries that we usually sell. Our friends at the library usually sell them. And we've done is collected a bunch of those from our branches, and we will be bringing them out to one or more shelters for folks to read.
Wow, that's very generous. So,
That's going to be fun, actually.
well, I hope so. Well, yeah, yeah, it sounds like it. About these more online things that you're trying to do online, like the online cards. Do you see these becoming permanent changes after everything's over? The coronavirus outbreak, I mean.
Yes, I think that the way that we offer services really will change dramatically as a result of this, even after we get back into our libraries. One big change that has happened during this time, although it was actually announced before we ever knew that there was such a thing as the coronavirus, is getting rid of fines and fees for our regular library cards. And that actually just quietly happened about a week ago. Um, and when people come back to the library and start using it again, they'll find that they're able to use our resources, check out books, and not be assessed any overdue fines.
Really,
So that's something that will continue.
no fine, no overdue fines at all.
Exactly.
How do you?
And many of the fines that we used to charge will be gone, such as before, if you put a hold on a book and you didn't pick it up, we assessed a $1 fine. That's gone. If you lose a library card, you'll no longer have to pay for replacement and lots of other fines and fees like that. We want to really remove as many barriers as possible.
What kind of effect do you see that having in the future?
I hope that a lot more people will be able to use our resources. We know that many folks stop using our library when they rack up a lot of fines because in the past your card got blocked and you weren't able to use it. And we want people to use our resources both online and in the library. So we're hoping that not having the late fees will really encourage people to keep coming back, even if they accidentally keep a book for weeks and weeks or months, knowing that you can return it with no penalties. I think that that's a wonderful thing.
Wow. All right. I only ever assumed that fines were one of the big ways that libraries try to turn a profit.
Yeah, it's actually a very small part of our budget always. We get we're a city funded, we're a city department, and so we're funded by the general fund. And that's where the vast majority of our revenue comes from. That's our operating budget as the city.
Okay. Well, moving on to the next question then. Um, what role do you see the library serving society?
Um,
This doesn't just have to be for coronavirus. I know it's a rather big question, but what purpose do you feel that the library system serves?
I don't think there's just one purpose. That is the glory of public libraries these days. Obviously, we will always be about providing folks with fabulous free information and reading material. That's a basic core service. But we're also about connecting people to resources, even if it's not the resources that we ourselves provide. We connect them to other kinds of resources that they need. Big example, we have many services that we offer to immigrants to help them become citizens, to help them navigate all of the red tape around getting, naturalized, getting their green cards. And we contract with a wide variety of organizations to help them do that. And we offer those services for free. We also do the same thing for individuals experiencing homelessness. We convene gatherings of local organizations that serve the homeless all in one place, and invite individuals to come and avail themselves of those resources. So we're sort of hubs for services, community services.
Well, as a hub for community services, and you see that as one of your roles, do you see that role changing or expanding now that the physical locations have shut down? Or maybe you've taken on new roles?
It's just the way we do things has changed. Our website is still offers many of the same services that we provided before. We have we have web pages that bring together a host of different services. We're still working with adult learners, who are learning to read or strengthening their reading skills. We're still connecting tutors to those learners. We still actually are providing citizenship services. What our wonderful organizations have done that we contract with, they're now using Zoom and Google Meet and just the phone to offer those services to our clients. Um, I'd also just want to point out that our website has actually changed as a result of the coronavirus. We've made it much more about our virtual services. So if you go to lapl.org, that's not the way our homepage looked before. It highlights everything from our online story times to our e-media that you can get for free to student resources. That, by the way, is another huge core service is the resources that we offer for free to students. Um, one of the biggest being tutor.com, which offers in-person, well, not in-person, but one-on-one, live one-on-one tutoring to students from, K through college from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. It's an amazing resource. All you need is a library card.
Wow, wow. It sounds like, you guys are pretty much in step lately. I don't think the coronavirus has, affected you. You make it sound like it hasn't affected you at all, frankly. Like, uh,
Yeah, I mean, we know it's frustrating, and we are a gathering place for the community, and that's been very frustrating that we can't meet our community eye to eye and be there for them. But every branch plus central library departments have Instagram accounts and other social media accounts, and they're trying to keep in touch that way. So that sort of adds a personal touch. When you can see your own local children's librarian reading a story, that makes you feel like, okay, we're all still together in this. But we're also, I think this is giving us a great opportunity to sort of strengthen the ties that we had before. For instance, we have a partnership with LAUSD. Um, every single LA Unified student has an LA Public Library card. It's a special card called the Student Success Card, which not only has no late fees, but even if a student loses a book, we will not charge any money for that book, and they can still continue using all of our online resources. So literally every student has a card. We got the data from LA Unified every year. We issue cards. So that's an amazing thing that every student can go onto our website and use tutor.com, can download an ebook, can do all the things that you can do with our website. And so we're working with LA Unified to get the word out, to help students while they're home. So we've been having ongoing meetings with them to work on that.
so you say that I think a common thread that I'm seeing here is you're trying your best to use this opportunity to reduce every barrier to entry that you possibly can.
Yes, absolutely. That is absolutely what we've done. We've been working, for instance, with hospitals and shelters to figure out ways to get ebook access to those folks. For instance, right now the e-card is only available to people living in LA County. Well, what if there are folks outside LA County who are at a shelter or a hospital? So we've been working with these agencies to make sure that we can get ebook access to all of those residents.
All right. One last question. The $2 trillion stimulus bill. I saw that there was. Correct me if I'm wrong, because that had so many changes to it, I could hardly keep up. That there were $50 billion for the Institute of Museum and Library Services. How do you
Yes,
how do you
yeah,
see that money being spent?
yeah. That was a very exciting thing to see. That money in California, that money usually comes through our California State Library. So we're waiting to find out how, what that application process is going to look like. What are the requirements? What are the possibilities? So we're still waiting for that. I imagine it's going to be about again, making sure that everyone has access to the information and resources they need. So that means better access to the internet, devices to use to get to the internet. I can see possibilities there for sure, but that's still a discussion, an ongoing discussion.
Right, absolutely. But if you specifically were handed the $50 billion check and told, just go wild, do whatever you think would be best, what do you think would be the best use of that money?
I'd like to see access to the internet for everyone. I'd like to see everyone in the city of LA being able to access Wi-Fi. Maybe a citywide internet access.
Do you see that as more Wi-Fi hotspots or providing some sort of cheaper alternative laptops?
I would love to see the city fund Wi-Fi everywhere.
Wi-Fi for all?
That's
No, I
just me.
like that.
That's just me saying that.
No, I agree. I agree. Especially,
But just on at every street corner that we've got streaming Wi-Fi.
absolutely. Um, Here, I'm just gonna look at this recording very quickly. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Anything interesting I might have not brought up?
Well, again, I think that our website has a lot of undiscovered, underused jewels, so to speak. For adults, there's of course not just the e-media, but there's also you can take free courses, whether it's language courses or business courses, through Mango or through lynda.com. Kids, there's a wide array of not just good resources for homework, but there's fun stuff too. You can find there's a resource called Tumble Books, which reads books aloud to kids in like 7 different languages, for instance. Um, there's something called Science Flicks, which has little science videos and books for kids of all ages on every topic under the sun. There's just a bunch of different glorious things to explore on our website. So I hope that now that people are at home, that they go ahead and do that.
There's actually on your website that reads to you in 6 different languages.
7 different
Seven?
languages,
Oh,
yes.
I'm sorry. Wow. Oh my God.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
So
I didn't know
yeah,
that. I didn't know
Tumble
that.
Books. It's in our kids section of the website.
Well, thank you so much. I'll be sure to
You're
recommend
welcome.
Tumble books to my little cousins.
Excellent.
All right. Thank you so much, Eva. And
You're so welcome, Nico.
I think that concludes our meeting. We got this done in a clean 15 minutes. How do you feel?
It was a
Perfect.
pleasure.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.